Hello everybody, this is Tyler with Powerwash Academy, and today we're doing a little walkthrough on a house wash that we're going to be doing. We're out here at beautiful Eagle Mountain Lake, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm going to be looking out for before I start the work so I can avoid any problems that we may run into. So today we're going to be washing this house. It's composed of stone and stucco. Had a big storm come through not too long ago, which has left a lot of broken leaves and branches around that they want to have cleaned up. And doing the walk around, we did notice a little bit of algae growth, so we'll take care of that as well. We are going to have furniture to move, plants to protect, and things like that. So let's take a walk around and I'll show you what we're looking at. We do have quite a bit of vegetation going on up here in the front. We've got plants on the porch that we'd like to get out of the way. Well, we've got these bushes in the flower garden here that we're going to need to spray down and soak beforehand, and just a little bit of extra time to give those guys an added layer of protection. These plants here have a little bit softer leaves, so I definitely want to give them a good soaking. Once you get any house wash on a leaf like this, it'll curl up in just a matter of seconds, and it's a good idea to go ahead and continually be soaking those down if there's any chance of your house wash running off onto it. We do have flower beds over here. This type of monkey grass is typically a little more tolerant, but my main focus is going to be these softer leaf plants, and we'll treat them all the same, give everything a good thorough soaking, but that's one thing I want to keep an eye out for. This house, we will probably start up on the upper section. We've got some dirt dauber nests up there, typical cobwebs in the nooks and crannies. And so we'll give that a soak with probably, I'd say it's going to be a lighter batch, probably around 3% would be our SH ratio, and we'll give it a good wash down and have a happy customer. Okay, and this customer has some deliveries on the porch, which we're obviously going to get out of the way. We'll just set those out in the yard where they're completely safe from getting sprayed on. And if these planters are light enough, I like to get them up and move them out of the way. If they've got quite a bit of weight to them, we'll probably be safer just covering them up with a plastic sheet. But more than likely, these aren't completely full of soil. And so, yeah, that'll be doable. And so we'll get those, keep the customer happy and take care of their plants. Just noticing up here, you know, we've got pretty common to see these cobwebs built up, and they rinse away real easily. And for the most part, that's about what we're working with. There's not a lot of thick growth built up on the house that I would need a hotter mix with. So that's why I'm going with a little bit lighter mix. That will just help free up the dirt and the cobwebs. They rinse off much easier with a little bit of apple blossom and sodium hypochlorite is what we've got in our mix today. There is one area that I noticed over here. This spot probably never sees sun during the day, with the exception of just this little bit of light leaking through, but we've got some green algae, got a little bit of that dark black buildup here, as well as this is just dirt and debris that builds up on there from when the storm came in, most likely. And so we'll get that fixed up for them. Now this house does have gutter guards going around it. There are a few spots where the storm had broken them loose on the back of the house, and so with all those leaves blowing around, it allowed those to run down in and block them off. So in the back of the house, I'm going to get up on the near the gutters and rinse them out thoroughly so that they'll flow properly and they don't have any blockage up there. The homeowner mentioned they are going to have the gutter guards replaced soon, and so that's just we'll clean this out and get it looking as good as we can before those guys come out and do a replacement on those. Now the back patio, it's not uncommon for a lot of furniture to be out here, so we're gonna have a couple helping hands move the furniture out into the lawn and keep them from getting dripped on with any of our house wash solution. We've got bigger planters back here, which are, I believe they're actually hooked up to a drip irrigation system. So due to their size and them being tied into a sprinkler system, we're going to be better off just rolling out a tarp and covering those up for while we're doing this section of the house wash. And fortunately, like I say, we don't have a lot of growth, so we're not going to need a real hot batch, and that makes me feel a little more comfortable when I am working around plants, knowing that if it's a lighter mix, less risk involved. Do notice a couple little spots that we want to be mindful of. A couple areas up here, we've got the paint has chipped away, and so just be careful around that when I'm rinsing it off. And I'll document that, mention it to the homeowner so that they're aware of it. And back here, all kinds of furniture, big rugs, and these are not things that you want to work around. I would much rather clean it all off and get a clean slate. That way I can clean under anything and not miss any spots. And it really adds to your time if you're trying to work around all of these bits of furniture and plants and things like that. And so if we clean it off completely, I'll clean the entire thing thoroughly, and we'll get a much better end result. We do have one area up here where the gutters are they are completely full in some areas. This valley on the roof, where all the leaves had blown, with all the rain, it pushed it down right into this area where the gutter guard was not installed or damaged. And so this gutter here, from what I understand, is completely full. And so we need to get up there and give it a good rinse down and make sure the down pipes flush out thoroughly and get them flowing the way that they should. Having blocked gutters can cause all kinds of problems with the home. And so if the water doesn't flow out and into the yard like it should, then it can fill up and run into the house, or just cause all kinds of problems with the structure of the home itself. And so that's why we're going to be taking care of that. It was my understanding that this was cleaned fairly recently, but when you have a big storm come in, you can't always hope that it's going to stay that way. And so a lot of this isn't all that dirty, but they do have a lot of dirt and leaves and everything that blew in. So that's going to be the main purpose of our visit today, is just to get this looking like it was before the storm blew through. I mean, you can see that especially on this side of the house, all of this, we had a hailstorm, and so it beat a lot of these leaves and made them into smaller pieces, which in turn splashed on the windows and have built up everywhere. So we'll rinse that off, get them clean, and they'll be ready for the window washing guys here in a day or two. We'll also be addressing a little bit of growth around the swimming pool area. I don't believe this has been cleaned since this particular homeowner has moved in, and you can see we've got some discoloration, and it's just uneven on the top of here. So we'll give that a spray with a pump up sprayer, and we can just address that without having to use we can use the soft wash system, but I've got a little bit stronger batch in my pump up sprayer. So I'll feel more comfortable treating this so that it will clean up faster, and we don't have to just sit around all that has so much dwell time. But same goes here. We'll get this furniture out of the way. I'll give it a quick spray down and wash it off, and should be looking good. So I think that should just about wrap it up for what we'll be doing as far as what we're looking out for before we get started. And that is quite a bit of furniture, and so having the manpower is definitely a help. I try to have somebody with me whenever I'm doing a job like this, just because you don't want to strain yourself, overdo it and hurt your back or anything like that. So we do have Troy with us here today, and he's going to help us get things moved around and put back into place, and I think we'll have us a happy customer on our hands. That about wraps it up for our pre-wash walkthrough. Appreciate you guys watching these videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell up top. Anytime we put out a video, you'll be notified so that you can watch it as soon as possible. Like this video if you like what you see. And if you've got any questions or comments, drop a comment down below. We'll be happy to get back with you, and we're interested in your feedback. So thanks for watching with us.